Hey everybody, Brian from Innisfil Creek Honey. I've had a lot of requests from people to put up recipes and instructions on how to make our healing salve and other products through with beeswax and other things. So today we're going to try to put together a little video on how we make our healing salve. Our salve is a salve, it's not a cream. So it's meant more for abrasions or rashes and things like that. My daughters use it for their acne. I have people that I know that use it for psoriasis and eczema and different skin conditions like that. It's really soothing. Beeswax allows the oils to absorb into your skin and then seals the pores to allow the healing to happen. So I find it works really well in creams and salves. So today we're going to make our healing salve. And you'll need a few items, but not too many. We'll need beeswax. The beeswax you want to use clean, unfiltered or clean filtered beeswax. You can use solid blocks broken into chunks. You can use little pieces. You can go buy these fancy pastilles if you'd like. What you use as far as the beeswax, as long as it's clean and filtered, is fine. You'll also need some kind of oil. The oil we use for our salve is a calendula oil. Calendula flowers have a lot of healing, moisturizing effects. So we like to use the calendula oil for that. Then we also add in some essential oils. The main one being tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is a natural disinfectant and antiseptic. So if you have that in your salve, it'll help kill bacteria, fight off diseases, get rid of pests and things like that. We also add patchouli oil and clove bud oil because of their regenerative effects on your skin. And to make it smell better, we do add lavender oil to it. You'll also need some kind of container to put your salve in when it's finished, a measuring cup, and we use a double boiler. You also want to do this when your spouse is not home because you need to steal this stuff from the kitchen, and the spouse might not be too happy about you doing this. You want to use something that you're not going to use in your kitchen again. The oils and the waxes get on things, they're hard to get off. So pick a pot, pick measuring cups that you're not going to use again. So it's a very basic recipe, and most salves really are. What you need first is 2 cups of calendula oil. So we're going to pour that into our double boiler. We have our double boiler set to 60 degrees Celsius. I really like this hot plate because it does have the settings for temperature on it. With beeswax and any oils you're using, if you overheat them, you can change the molecular structure and damage them. With beeswax, I don't like to heat it above about 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 70 degrees Celsius. So I set it to 60 degrees. It does quite well in here. To the calendula oil, we're going to grab and add 65 grams of beeswax. So it just so happens these little tiny ones are about 32 grams each. So we're going to throw 2 of them in there. That's 64 grams, close enough to the 65. While we're waiting for our beeswax to melt in the calendula oil, we can now add our essential oils to the mixture. To our recipe, we add 60 drops of tea tree oil, 24 drops of each patchouli and clove bud oil, and 32 drops of lavender oil. I'll do that off camera because there's nothing less exciting than counting drops of oil. So now the essential oils are in there, and everything we need for our salve are now in the container. And we can turn it a little or stir it a little bit once in a while just to agitate it a bit to get the wax to melt a bit slower, a bit faster. I do like to keep it at a just above the melting point of beeswax. So it is going to take a little while for that wax to actually melt and incorporate into the calendula oil. So now we have time to get everything we need ready to start bottling this when it gets done. You have to select the type of container you want. They have these nifty little tin ones. They have plastic containers with lids. They have little cardboard containers. The container you choose is really what you want to show the world or show off your product to. We like the clear plastic containers because you can see into them well. And they have a screw top lid on them. So for us, they work well, but look at what you do and what image you have and pick the container that works for you best. We also package using a digital scale. Each one of our containers holds 50 grams of Salve in it. So while we're waiting for that to work, we're gonna pull all of the lids off of our containers to get them ready for that when it's ready. I'll be back in a second and we'll get to bottling this up. Well, we're back. We've been stirring this occasionally just to agitate it a bit. All the beeswax has melted, and we've been stirring it to incorporate all the oils, make sure that they're homogeneous mixture. It's all done there now. We'll remove that stick, pull the container out of it. That's why I like these Pyrex things, because you can turn them into a double boiler just by putting them over the edge of a pot, and then you have a nice carry handle and a pour spout on it. So we'll bring the mixture over to our scale. We put one of our containers on it, hit the on button, make sure it's zeroed out for the container. So the container is 11 grams. Then we'll take the mixture. And what we do is we just package 50-gram packages, just because they fill up the container quite nicely. Always go a little bit over to make sure they're getting what they paid for. And then we set the liquid mixture aside and leave it unlidded until it cools down to room temperature. And when it cools down to room temperature, it turns into a very nice salve that you can rub the top of, rub it on a wound, rub it on a piece of dry skin or really dry hands, rub it on your feet, so your spouse will like to sleep with you at night and have you rub their feet against them. It's a very good salve that we enjoy, a lot of our customers enjoy. If you'd like to make it, just follow our directions. If you don't like the essential oils we're using, you can change those essential oils. They're just the ones we use for our salve. If you don't want to use calendula oil, you can substitute many other oils instead of the calendula. A lot of people will just simply use extra virgin olive oil out of their kitchen and follow the exact same recipe. The type of oil is not as important as the ratios of beeswax to oil. So if you follow that 65 grams of beeswax to 2 cups or 500 milliliters of oil, then you'll come up with a really nice consistency of a salve. Anyways, Brian from Innisfil Creek Honey. Hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Like the video if you'd like. Anyways, everybody have a great day doing whatever you're doing. Enjoy your friends and family, and enjoy beekeeping.